Pass to the corner from Bowaters. Walker! What a duck! Oh, that could be the play of the night.
He's 4 in this quarter. Bar spins.
Our inaugural 2022 NBL1 National Champions. Doc Jackson! Get up and throw it down over 2 Senators!
It's short, but they get it back. Morrell! Oh! Morrell! Not quite. 3.2 on the clock.
I'll have a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. With award-winning Coles Urban Coffee Culture from just $1. Express yourself at Coles Express.
Fasten up your seatbelts, do a double take. Don't need to be a millionaire to roll this kind of way. Yeah, I got the recipe to do it every day. Straight to the top, and that's where we gon' stay. Yeah. Step it up your game. Yeah, you do it every day. Step it up your
Take it to the next level.
Step it up again.
Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. Elevate your adventure.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Niels Hansen Basketball Stadium in Kalgoorlie for tonight's NBL1 West clash between the Goldfields Giants and the Perth Redbacks. Goldfields Giants women's team getting the job done earlier on by 10 points, and a morale-boosting win for the girls after, unfortunately, another couple of injuries in the last couple of weeks. And joining myself, Stuart Fleming, in commentary. I'm not joining myself. This person I'm about to introduce is joining me. Ryan Hoff, one of the assistant coaches of the Goldfields Giants women's side. Hoffy, good evening.
Thank you, Stewie, and thank you for introducing myself and yourself.
It's a long night already.
Look,
see if we can get through this next 4 quarters of basketball, eh?
Yeah, it's going to be a big game. Like it's a must-win game for both teams. The Giants are trying to snap a bit of a losing streak at the moment, and I think trying to erase the memory of last week's road trip. So they'll be keen to come out firing tonight. And I know Coach Manton will be keen to set a few things straight and lay the law down to the boys. I know they've had a tough week on the track this week, so it'll be interesting to see how both teams come out early tonight.
So you've been around the setup for a while, Hoffy. How easy is it just to put the weekend just gone on hold, forget about it, move on and deal with tonight?
It sounds easy, Stu. Sometimes it's not. Some players can handle it really, really well. Some players, not so much scars, but I suppose in crunch time there's that little concern, and I think that sets teams out. Those teams that can put a bad performance or put a performance that was up subpar or not up to standard behind them, and you've got 2 options. You can either dwell on the past or you can move on from it. And look, the players tonight, I know that talking to the guys during the week and talking to the coaching staff, they're keen to put it behind it, but we also use it for motivation moving forward. And it stings, and it should sting too. The performances, on the road that were not up to standard, and I think the guys would be keen to right those wrongs. And the only way you can right those wrongs, Stuart's on the pine here tonight.
So it's not quite season defining, but it's starting to get that way. Giants, from their 6 games, 2-4 so far, and really need a win to stay in touch with that. The 6th to 8th position on the table. They're currently in 10th. Redbacks are 4-3 from their 7 games, currently occupying 7th spot there at the moment. So a win tonight would put the Giants back right in amongst the mix there. In the fight for the elusive finals positions. Yeah, for sure. And the Redbacks tonight, they'd be keen also to cement that spot in the top half of the ladder. And with the teams, you got a couple of teams at the top that are standout teams, and then you've got like almost a crunch of the midfield. Between 4 and 10, 4 and 11. So there's and when you're coming up against those teams in that certain section of your ladder position, the games are almost 2-win games. Like you put a space on them, you get a win yourself. You put a space on them, so it's ultra important. And I know, the Redbacks themselves coming up here with the team they have in place, they'd be super keen to get a good start early, get some momentum going, and then run with that for the. Run with that emotion and run with that that high energy level during the game. So it's all important that they get off to a good start, and on the other flip side of that, the Giants don't allow them to get to that start. So it's going to be critical tonight, and it should be a really, really good game to watch. So we are 39 seconds away from tip-off here in the Goldfields. The crowd is building, temperature dropping as it does here in the Goldfields. Can't wait for this redevelopment to be done so we can close that back door. But both teams, as you said, will be looking for a win here tonight. So expect both teams to be at it right from the word go. So starting fives making their way out. Redbacks very, very animated in their huddle. So for the Giants, it'll be Ballantyne, Dupree, Agwick, Manilok, and LaFonso Smith. Excitement machine. So had a couple of big games from Zoe. Dupree's had a big game. Agwick's been
consistent. Ballantyne missing a few games for injury. Great to see him back out there. So tip-off not far away. Starting fives for the Redbacks. Volkel, Hobbs, Jackson. Can't see past Ballantyne there.
It looks like Timms and Colton are on too.
Correct.
Thank you.
That's why you're here.
1 for 1.
And we are underway. It is the Giants. Damon Ballantyne almost coming in for an interview 2 seconds into the game.
It's a bit early for that.
So Giants winning the tip-off, but unfortunately, ball coming loose. So Hobbs inbounds. Outside the perimeter. Volkel posting up, getting the 1-2, and it'll be Jackson putting up first 3-point attempt and first score of the night. 3 points.
It's an interesting matchup, Hobbs on Dupree. I'm really looking forward to that matchup. Both explosive, both great players.
And then great attack on the basket there from McGuick, gets his first 2 points for tonight. And as expected, the tempo early is hot. Timms posting up on Alfonso Smith, goes baseline, finds Jackson, this time a fadeaway shot for 2. Can't get a drop. Dupree pulls down defensive board. McGuick thinks about the 3, slows it down and comes back to Dupree. McGuick finds Ballantyne. Alfonso Smith on the arc, 7 seconds on the shot clock now. McGuick drives, floats up, loose shot.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of structure there. It was a bit, the ball sat stagnant for a little bit too long, and the quick ball movement's imperative against this team.
So Timms kicks that one out, another 3-point attempt, this time unsuccessful, and Ballantyne stripped of the ball this time. Pulled down the board, but loses it. Hobbs this time pulls trigger, 6 seconds to go, can't get that to drop, and Alfonso Smith Jackson nearly coming away with a steal.
That's a big matchup tonight. You got Timms on Lafonso, so I know the Redbacks will be looking to go make Lafonso play defense early, so that'll be interesting to see if they target him. Timms is a great passer in the post.
So quick movement there for the Giants as Manilock goes under the basket. Rejected. Jackson, hook shot, can't get that to drop. Timms using his height, getting up there and tipping that one in for 2 points. Redbacks 5, Giants 2, just over a minute. 2 minutes gone. Ballantyne into Smith. Thinks about the jump shot, goes around Timms, attacks the basket, draws the foul. Pushing foul will be called on Timms. First foul of the night.
Again, both big guys going in. There's nothing worse as a big guy to have your opponent grab an offensive board and put it back in, so you try to right that wrong and go down the other end of the court and attack the basket.
So Alfonso Smith to the line to shoot 2. First one, the old in and out. Second attempt coming up. And makes the minor adjustment. Converts the second shot. Jackson hands off to Volkel. Guarded by Ballantyne. Jackson on Manilock. Switches over to Smith. Volkel left in a little bit of space. Ballantyne giving the job on him. Kicks that one out. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it away and using all 24 seconds. Good offensive play there for the Redbacks.
Yeah, good patience there. Like Vogel's never going to shoot that 3-point shot. He's always going to attack the middle. So good patience, good work, and tough, challenging shot, and he's able to knock it down quite easy.
Smith left in a bit of space, puts up a 3 and nails that one. Gives himself 3 points there. Good hands there from Mayo. Smith dribbling, takes on Volkel and doesn't get the layup. Ballantyne with the attempt on the rebound. Volkel drives on Ballantyne. Turnaround jump shot. Doesn't get the lucky bounce, and Alfonso Smith pulls down board number 2. McGuick, a little bit too enthusiastic there. Puts his forearm through the chest of his opponent. He's called for the offensive foul.
Great defence there by Colton. He picked which way he was going to go, stepped across, got his feet set, drew a charge. It was great defence there. Again, the Giants seem to play better when they kick that ball up in transition. They only give the ball up. When the ball sits in hands a bit too long, then they seem to want to break down their offense a little bit and attack one-on-one. So something to be consideration for the rest of the game.
So a bit of a full court press from the Giants. Jackson feigns a pass to Hobbs. Comes out to Volkel, who will be looking for Jackson baseline. Kicks out to Hobbs. Has a bit of time and makes it count. Another 3 points for Hobbs.
Had a little bit of time and just shuffled his feet back far enough from the three-point line. So there's again a breakdown in defence there and a bit of lack of communication.
So it's the Redbacks with a mini break here at the moment. 10 points to 6. As Mayo knocks 2 points down. First substitution for the Giants. Looks like it's coming. Garang and Jerome Reed readying themselves. Great pass over the top and Volkel to find Hobbs, draws the foul. And he'll go to the line for a 3-point play.
One thing Brian's very, very good at is vision, and Vogel's very good at seeing the floor and anticipating what the defence is going to do. He's been a journeyman in the league for a while now, and you can't teach that smarts. You know what I mean? That's something you either have or you don't have. So, you still got to get up, carry a hand on him, try and intercept that pass. But if you're going to give him a bit of space, he's going to make the ball work for him.
Score bench was just clarifying who the foul was on there. It was on Mayo Malik. 3-point play is converted from Hobbs. Up to 6 points for the game now. 5-point lead, 13-8, just under 5 minutes gone. Jerome Reed onto the court, the captain of the Giants, finds Ballantyne.
Redbacks switched up their defence, gone into a 2-3 zone.
And good hands from Volkel. Strips it off LaFonso Smith, drives on Ballantyne, hands off to Hobbs, who's guarded by Jerome Reed. Good D from the Giants to get back on D there. Timms tries to out-rebound LaFonso Smith. Smith pulls down rebound number 3 for the night.
100% right. Great transition defence. Ball was kicked to the other side. Closeout happened. Everyone crashes the glass.
And another loose pass there from the Giants as Hobbs pull up, trigger 3, nails it. Timeout coming from coach Scotty Manton as the visiting Redbacks get out to a 7-point lead, 15 points to 8, 4:42 left here in quarter one, and the Redbacks are up and about. Great start to the game.
When you're the team's leading scorer, I think you've got a license in transition to pull up from the 3-point line. A bit of a heat check, and it's still warm in there. So look again, you got a turnover in the defense, in the offensive end for the Giants. And one thing with these Redbacks team is they'll make you pay going back the other way. So, protection of the ball is great, but geez, that's a good shot.
It was a smart play because they had a 3-on-2 there as well.
Yep.
So they, had the advantage on the boards if it was unsuccessful. But Hobbs was on fire early, 9 points, shooting at 75%. 3 from 6 from outside. Giants 1 from 1.
There's nothing glaring, obviously, in the stats. I suppose the big thing is, like the Giants have only had 6 shots, Redbacks have had 12, both shooting at 50%. That's where your difference lies.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, Giants with 3 turnovers. Transition defense is a bit of a struggle at the moment, so they need just to clean that area up.
Great to have the inside of assistant coach Ryan Hoff in commentary with us tonight. As Ballantyne eventually starts the clock. Reed finds Dupree. Giants just need to get ball through hands here. Over the top to Garang. Garang double teamed by Volkel, and great strip there from Volkel again. Defensive pressure has been outstanding as Majir Garang gets up, gets the block. and keeps the ball in play there. Unfortunately, it fell to the hands of the Redbacks. Hobbs on Lafonso Smith. Fadeaway jump shot. Can't get the three to drop. It does draw the foul. Shaking the head there from Lafonso Smith. A bit of frustration there, I think, reaching out.
The zone, Redbacks have gone to a zone defensively, and that seems to have caused a bit of trouble with the Giants' offense. You got to shift the zone. You got to move the ball quick. You got to reverse the ball. You kick the ball inside. If there's nothing on, you need to kick it out, swing the ball, shift the zone. It just seems the ball's a little bit stagnant both inside and outside. So that's something that the boys need to tidy up soon.
So Hobbs misses the first of what will be 3 attempts.
Yep, I think he was fouled on the 3-point shot, which is a cardinal sin in basketball, but.
No, will be just the 2. As Garang pulls that one down this time. Full court pressure from Colton. As Ballantyne finds Garang on the free throw line, hands out to Dupree, who nails a 3-pointer. Dupree's up and away. And it's back to a 5-point game, 16-11 here, 3:48 to go. First quarter, we expected a high tempo game right from the start. We've had exactly that as Timms pulls trigger on a 3, can't get that to drop. Fonzo Smith gets his head up above the rim there.
Yeah, we wish we could get that high, should we?
And chest marked it. I'd get a nosebleed getting that high.
Dupree again coming off that on-ball screen in transition. Pulling up outside the 3-point line, nothing but.
So back to a 2-point game now. A couple of handy baskets there. Majir Garang almost picking up the steal. Timms finds Volkel. Multiple subs coming up for the Redbacks. Volkel to Hobbs. Hobbs has been on fire already tonight. Dupree taking a bit of contact. Jerome Reed eventually comes up with the ball, slows it down for the Giants. And Dupree
going
just
up.
hit 2 threes, and this time doesn't get the third one, and Timms this time called for the foul on the 3-point shot.
I thought he was a bit stiff there. I thought he guarded that ball well, but umpires adjudicating that he got him on the forearm. I hope they're not thinking, was it a 3-point shot, because I was pretty sure he was closer to the halfway than he was the foul line. I called it on 17.
So it's not on Timms. It's been called on Formosa. And it will be 3 free throws to come.
Okay, we'll change our mind again. Just better be careful here, Stuart. You and I might get this foul if we're not careful.
So that's been called on the 15. This is on Timms. Timms was the only one that was on the ball. So
yeah.
I don't know how the shot on the foul on the shot could have been called on anybody else. So
yeah, there was a little bit of confusion there, but we're all good to go.
So we have settled. We're back on track now. Dupree will go to the line to shoot 3. Just hit back-to-back threes and have the opportunity to take his personal tally to 9 within 30-40 seconds.
That's the thing with the Giants. They can score in bunches. They've got the athleticism and they've got the flexibility in the group to play different positions, but also be different. Have different looks on the floor. So if the cohesion slips and together, and they've got to play that for extended period of time, well then you can just show the way they've got back into this that it's a highly entertaining night we're in for.
So Dupree's made 2 of 3 so far. Third attempt also successful. So 9 points to Dupree. Equal leading scorer with Hobbs. So Volkel goes under the basket, looking for contact, none coming, and the rebound and 2 points to Edmund. Just on the court through that.
Again, just persistent, just crashing boards, staying involved, getting a tip here and there, and just staying active on the boards.
And Hamish Cummings also into the game as Dupree finds Garang on the baseline. Drives on Volkel, stops, goes up, off the glass, 2 points. Majir Garang gets his account open tonight, 2 points. Volkel drives on Garang, and Garang says no, not tonight. doing it at both ends.
And that's the intensity that he needs to bring to the game week in, week out. You know, like his athleticism, his size, his skill set. You know, if he can bring that to extended periods during the game, then he's a big asset to the Giants.
Doesn't always do the damage on the scoreboard, but his defensive efforts outstanding, as you said, Hoffy. So
yeah, for sure, and you can do that, Stu. You know.
Yeah, this time the 2 points is successful.
You can change shots, you can elevate, you can be a force defensively, and then all of a sudden that leads to offense. You know, we push the ball up the floor, run the lanes, and all of a sudden transition offense comes.
So a Gwick getting upstairs to put that off the glass, and a bit of a tangle with Manilock and Vogel. And Hobbs comes to the bench for a well-earned rest. Colton and Jackson back on.
Redbacks swinging plenty of changes in the first quarter, just to try and keep fresh legs on the floor.
It's hard to keep up with what's going on here. Mayo heads to the bench. LaFonso Smith back in. And Volkel does sit down as Tevin Jackson back on the court. Three-point attempt from right in front of the Redbacks bench as Formosa knocks 3 points down. Extends that lead back out to 4 points, 1:15 to go here, quarter one. NBL1 West, thanks to Coles Express here in the Goldfields. Giants captain in Jerome Reed passes to Majir Garang, who can't get that one to drop. And Formosa pulling the board down on the back of his three-point attempt. At the other end, that's offhand. Redbacks will be a Giants ball there.
Garang, it just needs to be that little bit more patient offensively. I mean, like he's, you know, that was pretty good defensive set there. You know, kick the ball back out, reset in the low post, get the ball back, or kick the ball back out to your shooters.
So Hamish Cummings with a three-point attempt. Rebound to Jerome Reed, who floats that one in for 2 points. The skipper's on the board.
I really like the way Jerome settled into his role. His role's no longer those big minute players. That he knows his roles to come off the bench and make an impact and be that leader both on the floor and off the floor. And he's really, really matured into that.
And then he didn't get a stat for that pressure, but Hamish Cummings now nails three from right in front of the Giants bench. Jerome Reed didn't get a stat for that before, but it was great defensive pressure on the back of that 2 points.
Yeah, you just change a shot, you make the offense change a shot, and just play good on his defense.
So Jackson driving on a Gwick, quick hands. Connor Gwick. 7.3 seconds left on the shot clock. And the game clock. Giants up by one. First time they've been in the lead tonight. Jackson finds Edmund. 3 seconds. Formosa in the corner. Great pressure again from Jerome Reed. Again, won't get a stat for that. Air ball's thrown up, and with first quarter now in the bank, Giants have a 1 point lead at quarter time. And they responded very, very well to what was an early breakout by the Redbacks off the back of Hobbs' 9 points. So shooting percentages, Giants 57%, 8 from 14, throwing up a bit of extra ball there. 9 from 22 at 41, 4 from 5 at 80% from outside. Again on the back of Dupree hitting back-to-back threes, 4 from 9, 44%, and 4 out of 5 trips to the free throw line, and 1 from 3 to the Redbacks.
Interesting stat. You see that, you know, the Redbacks have had 8 more shots coming off the back of 6 offensive rebounds to 1. You know, it's something that the Giants would need to tidy up. Just ensure that, you know, that once the shot goes up, they're finding their players boxing out, player first, ball second, and just ensuring that there's no second shot attempts. You know, if you're going to give up 6, all of a sudden 20 offensive rebounds for the game, that's 20 offensive shots they're going to get, you know, 40% clipped, you know, you're going to give 15, 20 points up a game. So, you know, once you tighten that and just button that back down, you should be, they should be happy with that.
So Dupree and Hobbs both 9 points apiece. LaFonso Smith's had a good start to the game, 4 points. Jackson with 3, Formosa with 3 as well. Cummings with that big 3 right in front of the Giants bench. LaFonso Smith 4 boards to go with his 4 points. Madge with 2 rebounds. And Jerome Reed with the 1. Edmund with 1, Volkel with 3, and Colton with 2 rebounds for the Redbacks. So not a lot between the two sides after the first quarter of basketball. We expected the tempo to be high right from the word go, and we got exactly that in that first quarter. Very entertaining quarter of basketball. Giants up by 1.
I think you'll find that the whole night will be a game of runs, you know what I mean? Like 1 or 2 players will get hot from each team and might stretch out to a 5 or 6 point margin. The other team will get hot, bring the ball back.
And loose pass there as Formosa goes upstairs, lays that one in for 2 points. Probably not the start that the Giants are looking for as the Redbacks go full court press here. Cummings just slows it down. Jerome Reed heads to the corner. Alfonso Smith hands off to Ballantyne. Ballantyne drives, finds LaFonso Smith under the basket, banks it in, 2 points. Assist to Ballantyne. Good movement there from the Giants.
Yeah, for sure, and that was a good, like once that pass is on, LaFonso slips to the basket, and a great find by Ballantyne. Shooter in the corner.
And a deep shot there from the Redbacks. Can't get that to drop. Ballantyne finds Cummings over the top. Too far this time for LaFonso Smith. Multiple subs again, ringing in the changes. Hobbs and Timms.
See, as a coach, you don't mind those kind of... you don't like a lot of turnovers for sure, but that's a turnover trying to feed a guy who had a seal, trying to push the tempo, trying to get the ball up the floor. So, you can kind of live with them as long as they're not too often.
So Hobbs straight off the bench, straight upstairs. Bit of razzle-dazzle under the basket, lays that one in for 2 points, up to 11 points for the game now. Leading all scorers, Bryton Hobbs.
And you can see how hard he is to guard, He can hit that outside shot, he can attack the basket, he can distribute. So he's a tough matchup tonight.
Smith finds Cummings deep, off the S on the Giants logo. Off target, Connor Quick pulls the rebound down, LaFonso Smith. Jerome Reed steps outside 3 and can't get that one to drop. Defensive rebound to Colton. Gets it back, drives on Cummings, and that will be a blocking foul. Just not quite set in time, Cummings.
Just that half step late. He anticipated the move, but just that half a step too late. And savvy veteran.
Oh, and Colton anticipated that someone was going to be in his way.
You can't fool the savvy veteran that is Peter Horton, the referee. Peter's spent many a night in the coalfields in the middle of winter and still comes back. But now the rumour is Peter is that old. And this is only a rumour that he was an advisor to when James Naismith was inventing the rules for basketball. That's a rumour. I haven't heard of it. It's true. Travis Young told me that, but that's what I've heard.
So you get a bit of humour as well as some informative commentary.
When's the informative starting? Let me know.
So Gwick to Smith, guarded by Timms. Been a good battle so far tonight. Ballantyne. Screen from LaFonso Smith. Good ball movement again from the Giants. And foul. Again called on Jackson.
Again, you attack the keyway. Ballantyne attacks the keyway, kicks out to the shooter, close the shooter out, you kick the ball. Good ball movement there. There's probably one extra pass that needed to be made there.
So the 1-2, Ballantyne to Reed. Reed goes bang, 3 points. 1-2-3.
There's a bad breakdown. The most dangerous person on an out-of-bounds play is the inbounder, and they fell asleep on that. And with it being Jerome, at your own peril, you leave him on the three-point line.
Tim's doing some heavy work under the basket, guarded by 3 Giants defenders, and still managed to get the 2 points. So Giants using the perimeter. Cummings drives on Hobbs, draws the foul, can't get the basket to drop, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. First foul on Bryton Hobbs. And timeout to the Redbacks with 7:34 left here in the second quarter. First half of this NBL1 West game. Giants and Redbacks live and free on NBL1, the NBL1 app. Thanks to Coles Express. 9-point lead to the Giants. It was 1 point at quarter time. Extended that by 8. 10 points off the bench to the Giants. 9 points. Oh, my apologies. 1 point. I saw a 2 down the other end there. It's 1 point in favour of the Redbacks. That was a.
Now, on an unofficial note, I'm pretty sure that we have Asada coming around sometime today to check players and officials.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and you know, we'd be lost without you, Stu. You know, you drove back from Perth today, and yeah, I know you've been busy down there with work, and no doubt you were working to the wee hours of the morning in the office last night, this morning. So
I was somewhere until the wee hours. Let's put it that way.
But we appreciate the dedication you have, and the commitment you have not only to the team but to those in the NBL1 West radio land and TV land, and we appreciate that.
It's an absolute pleasure. As Cummings knocks the first one down. So thanks for tuning in. If you're watching, Hamish Cummings to the bench. Dupree back on for the Giants.
And he's had a good couple of minutes rest to start this quarter, so be interesting to see if he comes out aggressive. The Giants are in a little bit of a trap, a little 1-2-2 press, straight out of the free throws, back into man-to-man.
And off the back of those 2 free throws, it is the Giants in front by 1 point. Offie.
I'll just check that. Correct.
There's 2 scoreboards here. There's 2 laptops in front of me with the scores on it. I still got it wrong. Anyway. Timms now to Hobbs. Good hands there. Lafonso Smith almost comes up with the steal. .7:20 left here. Second quarter.
One thing Smith does do, Lafonso does do, is brings a lot of energy when he's out there. You know, when things aren't going your way, sometimes that's the spark you need to get going.
So Volkel, guarded by Ballantyne, forces him into a jump shot, fade away, knocks that one down, 2 points.
And Brian's been that kind of player where you live and die by that shot. You know, you give him that shot. He's too good and too smart a player to give him space because he'll create off it. But you know, if he wants to shoot a fadeaway elbow jump shot, you probably give him that most nights.
And Alfonso Smith putting up a 3-point shot, unsuccessful. Volkel cross-court pass to Jackson behind the back to Hobbs. Feigns a shot, drives on the basket, floats that one in for another 2 points. 13 points now, Bryton Hobbs.
Again, smart. They stepped out to his 3-point shot, made him put on the floor, and he was smart enough to find a gap and make a little layup.
So again, Giants using the perimeter over the top this time. And Volker will be called for the foul on a Quick under the basket. He looks absolutely gobsmacked at that decision.
I wouldn't think he's over the moon with that call, but like they found him on the high side there, so they switched the ball back and threw the inbounds pass. And again, that movement, that ball movement from weak side to strong side to weak side to get that open player. And a little bit too much one-on-one early, and now the ball's starting to find its way through their hands, and offensively they look quite sharp when that ball's moving.
So Travis Young's just fired a shot back saying Frenchie was the statistician for that first game, wasn't he?
Yeah, it must have been his 50th birthday too, I reckon. Shout out to Trav.
Thanks for tuning in, Trav.
Oh, I love the man to death. I spent many a nights here in Kalgoorlie talking basketball with Travis, and he's got to catch up with him last weekend in Rockingham, and a nicer guy I've struggled to meet.
So Hobbs again floating that one up. Gets another 2 points, takes his personal tally to 15 now. He's just 6 minutes to go here, second quarter.
He's just owned this first half, whether it's from the 3-point line, or it's attacking the basket, or it's pressure up the floor. The Giants need to find a way to stop him, or even restrict him. You're probably not going to stop him for the whole night, but let's try and cut his influence. They might have to send some help defense to him, try and double team him, but if they keep going along this path, he's going to have a fair night.
So Alfonso Smith goes walking, called for the travel. Not sure he knew which way he was going there, Alfonso Smith. So 6 minutes, 1 here to go, second quarter. It is the Redbacks up by 3 points, 36-33. Checking both scoreboards again before I do a score update.
2 laptops, a phone, 4 scoreboards.
So Volkel now finds Jackson left open, puts up a 3. Can't get that one to go. Timms gets the tip.
Mickey Gardner. Gardner stepped into the play now.
Good hands there. Ballantyne goes upstairs. Can't get the 2 to drop. Gardner, good defence. Just getting in position just in time there to put a stop on that one. And Hobbs left open again. And you're right, I think they need to find a way to stop him. 17 points now in the first half, Bryton Hobbs. A quick to Ballantyne. And there's Hobbs again coming up with the steal. 2-on-2, pull up. Second time we see him do that. And it's the second time he's been fouled on that shot. And he's going to go to the line for 3 more. Smith's called for the foul. It's the second personal. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal for Alfonso Smith so far tonight.
I suppose when you've got 17 points, you're allowed another pull-up 3 in transition. But again, you did the right thing, hands up, carrying a hand on defence, intercepts a pass, length of the floor, pull-up 3-point shot.
First one's good, extends the lead to 6 points now. Hobbs with the second of 3, makes that one as well. 19 points now. Opportunity to get to 20 points before half time with the third free throw there. As Alfonso Smith will take a seat.
Yeah, the Giants obviously need to stop defensively and maybe change up in defense, whether you go to a zone, 3-2 zone or 2-3 zone or a matchup zone even. Just to try and throw a different look at them. At the moment, they just seem to be handling whatever they're throwing at them with ease.
So Ballantyne out to Gardner, finds Garang up the top. To a quick drives. Hobbs again was there. Volkel again was there. Matched 2 steps from almost outside the 3-point arc and gets the layup for 2 points. Probably 2 of the biggest steps I think I've ever seen.
And that was easy to notice, those steps with the shoes he's wearing.
Hobbs again, steps one way, steps the other, pullback trigger, another 2 points. 22 points in the first half to Bryton Hobbs, and he is on absolute fire.
I think we're pretty lucky, Stu. We've got good courtside seats to watch this, and he's putting on a clinic at the moment. And, if they don't find a way to stop him, then it's going to be a hell of a long
And
run.
another loose dribble over the top to Formosa. Lays that one in for an easy 2 points, and this game's starting to blow open here in favour of the Redbacks.
Yeah, surprised we haven't had a timeout here. Just to steady him out, slow momentum. Yeah, it's out to a 10-point game.
And Madge under the basket draws the foul. Baseline ball. 4 team fouls against the Redbacks. As Mayo checks back in. Gardner sits down. Colton comes to the bench for the Redbacks. And Edmund in. Mayo straight off the bench. Alley-oop pass, 2 points. Good basket for the Giants. Much needed. Stops the flow a little bit.
Yeah, whilst the offense is a struggle, they're really, really struggling to stop the Redbacks. In anything they want to run, they're running a horn set here at the moment with a backdoor cut. Ooh.
And 3 points from the corner. Caden Edmund straight off the bench. 3 points.
Again, coming off the bench, knowing your role, get into the corner, shots open, you knock it down. Basketball 101.
So a quick finds Garang. Garang just steps outside, puts up a 3 and finds the immediate answer. Big basket for the Giants. Just brings that back down under double figures. 3 minutes 10 to go here. 8 points as Jackson drives on Garang. Good attack on the basket there.
quality finish, you know, on ball screen, slip the screen, attack the basket hard, and good things happen.
Loose pass there from Valentine. Formosa comes away. Almost went the bounce pass. Hobbs drives on Garang and gets the reverse layup, and there is the timeout from coach Scotty Manton. Calls his troops in to try and stem the flow here as the Redbacks are out to a 12-point gap. 2:48 to go here in this second quarter. Would you believe Bryton Hobbs already has 24 points for the game?
Yeah, I'm not saying the Giants defense is hemorrhaging, but I think it's on life support at the moment, you know. Ball movement, kicking the ball up the floor in transition, finding the guys. And the guys understand their role on offense, you know. Yeah, attack the basket, attack hard. If it's not there, kick it back and they attack again. So, yeah, transition defense is a struggle for the Giants at the moment. They need to try and button that down before this game gets away from them before halftime.
So from a coaching perspective, how do you stop someone like Hobbs at the moment?
You throw different looks at him. You know what I mean? You throw a different look at him from our point of view. I haven't seen a zone yet. I haven't seen zone defense. I haven't seen a different look. I haven't seen extended pressure. You know, you could put a taller guy on him and force him to shoot. Force him to shoot over hands. The problem with that then is if you've got a bigger guy on him, you can go to the basket, but then you almost you sacrifice a player and send a double. As soon as he puts the ball on the floor, you're sending a double team to stop him.
Yep.
Don't get beaten with what you know. You know the guy can get to the basket. You know he can shoot the three-point shot. So almost get the ball out of his hands. Get the ball out of his hands back here. You know, if he's good enough to find the ball towards the end of the offense, well then tip your hat, well played, run up the other floor and run an offense. But at the moment, you know, I'd be throwing different looks at him. You know, a zone defense, 3-2, matchup zone, box and one, just anything. Full court press, extended press, just something different to get him out of their zone.
Well, the Giants got 2:46 left in this first half to do something about it. 24 points before half-time.
Again, offense stagnant. Offense is stagnant. Not much happening.
Double team there, forcing the loose pass. Agwick pulls up for a three-pointer. Good result.
Yeah, good result. Looked ugly, but a good result.
Probably not what they were looking for, but Giants will take it. 43-52, back to 9 points. 2:21 left here in the first half as Volkel finds Hobbs. Drives on Garang and loose dribble. And you called it. Put a towel on him. Madge went straight to him.
Well, you switched on the on-ball. You know, like Dupree was on him. The on-ball comes. Instead of trying to lock and trail and getting caught, but behind him, you switch that. And you've got a bigger guy on him. He's in the paint. You've got to shoot over hands. Just a different look, you know what I mean? And that actually works.
So Cummings back on. Guarded by Hobbs. And there's the steal. And he's going to go all the way here. Lay that one in for 2 points. He decides on the dunk. And 26 points.
Anything you can't do.
Not from what I've seen tonight. Threes, twos, drives, dunks.
The impressive thing is his defense has been very good tonight, and that's led to some points for him too, off steals and off carrying hands.
Big three-point attempt from Cummings as Majir Garang gets up high and pulls that one down. Kicks it out to Dupree. He's already hit 2 from there tonight. Off range there and loose ball picked up by Hobbs. Finds Volkel. Pass to Jackson. Good hands there from Dupree. Won't be credited with the steal, but Volkel goes one way. Kicks that one into the corner, and there's another 3 points to the Redbacks.
Again, Edmund just getting in the corner, knowing your role, being in the corner, you're a shooter, you be ready for the shot.
Majir Garang given plenty of time and finds the immediate answer. Garang into double figures, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Good shift so far in this first half from Majir Garang as Jackson drives. Good pressure there from Mayo. Forces the loose shot. Dupree has Mads there again. Thinks about the 3 again. Drives on Volkel. Goes one way, goes the other, goes under the basket. And draws the foul. This time Volkel again, shaking the head.
Yeah, I think he got bailed out there. The Giants' offense is terribly stagnant at the moment. The ball sits one head of hands, and then they just try and make something off the dribble. They're not running offensive sets. They're not setting screens. They're not working for each other off the ball. And whilst hitting an odd three-point shot here and there is keeping him in the game, you know, once those start to dry up, you can see how easy the offense is coming for the Redbacks. They're attacking the basket. Defense collapsed. They're kicking it to the shooters. They got open shots. The other end of the floor, the Giants, very much a one-on-one game. Ball sits on the guy's hands, dribbles around the top, attacks the basket, steps back threes. Now, that's not a sustainable game of basketball for tonight. And if they continue down that path, and their shots start to dry up, because you can't hit 62% from the 3-point line for the whole night. And it'd be interesting to see at the end of the night how that appraised. Redbacks at 46%. 6 of 13 is a great clip from the 3-point line. And yes, the Giants are shooting 8 of 13. If you cut them all threes, a higher percentage. But the field goal percentage itself are now starting to even up. 15 to 20, 27 from the field, 23 of 39 from. So those field goals are starting to even up. But it's the quality of possession and the quality of offense that each team is running is very stark at the moment. And, that'll be a concern for the coaching staff.
So an 11-point lead at the moment to the Redbacks. 39.8 seconds left here, second quarter. Both scoreboards are the same, and they're correct. Thumbs up from my co-commentator here. So a big 39 seconds here for the Giants. They'll start off with 2 free throws to Majir Garang. Fouled under the basket there by Volkel before that timeout.
And Brian's still dismayed and still asking the question. And
I think he's still arguing about the first one. So Madge leaves the first one short. As we said, into double figures already, leading the scorers for the Giants. Second attempt is successful, so it's back to 10 points. 38 seconds, full court press here from the Giants.
Same
Left
spot.
man all alone in the corner. Luckily for the Giants, this time was unsuccessful. Hobbs tries to get the steal. And Cummings, although he was all on his own there, unfortunately his pivot sent him out of play. And an untimely turnover there for the Giants.
Yeah,
could have done with a basket there just before half-time.
It's one of those ones where it rains, it pours. If things aren't going your way, there's those little 1%ers that seem to just happen week in, week out.
There's 1 second difference between game clock, shot clock. As Jackson puts up the shot, Connor Glick comes down, 4 seconds on the shot clock, guarded by Jackson, pulls up.
Well, he's got fouled.
Got fouled right on the half-time siren there.
I think he'll go to the line for 3 shots here.
Yeah. So the officials are just trying to confirm. So there is a hands foul called on Volkel. And that'll be his 3rd foul to half-time. So just working out whether there's going to be time on the clock here, is it?
Yeah, I think referee Peter Horton is looking at having a 1 second put back on the clock.
So in the meantime, it'll be Connor Glick with the opportunity to reduce this lead before half-time. 7 points for the night so far, 4 rebounds. Opportunity to get to double figures and close his lead down just before half-time. Coach Mann just refreshing himself while being spoken to by the officials there.
Wonder what they were talking about then, Coach Manton and Coach and Peter Horton. I'm sure it wasn't shampoo products, but both veterans of the league and both good blokes.
So it's Glick to the line to shoot 3. Much needed basket right before half time. First one gets the lucky drop. 2 to come. Lead is under double figures. Confirmation that was the 3rd foul on Volkel. Glick again puts that one up, gets the lucky bounce. 2 from 2 so far with 1 to come. and makes no mistake there. So there is 1 second on the clock opportunity for the Redbacks to get a shot away. And the Redbacks are calling for a shooting foul, but surely there was no way he'd caught the shot in that time.
I just think he'd be happy if he got up with all his ribs intact.
I was going to say that was some heavy contact there from Hamish Cummings. So the foul is called on half-time. We're not in team foul situation, so there'll be no free throws. And that'll be all she wrote in the first half. Very eventful end to the first half there. And Edmund still, teammates are all arguing about the decision. He's still lying on the ground. You pick him up and get him off the court.
Any danger someone grabbing him off the floor?
Yeah. Just casting an eye over there. He does look to be okay.
The problem is, as you stretch up to catch the ball in midair, the contact happened. You're exposed, you've got your hands above your head, and it's just knocked the stuffing out of him. And I reckon he's pretty wounded. Once he gets some of his wind back, he's struggling to the sideline and struggling to the change rooms, but I think he'll come out to be fine.
So an eventful finish to the first half here in the Goldfields. It is the visitors 57, leading by 7 points in front of the Goldfields Giants 50. We'll be back very shortly with a comprehensive wrap-up of the first half as well as the second half action live.
a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. Award-winning Coles Urban Coffee Culture from just $1. Express yourself at Coles Express.
Fasten up your seatbelts, do a double take. Don't need to be a millionaire to roll this kind of way. Yeah, I got the recipe to do it every day. Straight to the top, and that's where we gon' stay. Yeah. Step it up your game. Yeah, we do it every day. Step it up, step it up.
Take it to the next level.
Step it up again.
Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. Elevate your adventure.
Suffer from muscle or mild joint pain? Try Kanzia Pain Relief Cream from Zia, an anti-inflammatory cream providing temporary pain relief using natural active ingredients. Experience the Zia difference at zia.com.au.
At 6'1", I was never going to beat them at the ring, but I could learn to run rings around them. My dream started on the backyard court battling my brothers. Where will your dream start? Determination, the right training and a superior surface to practice on. You're on your way. Customised to fit any space or budget, superior bounce quality and the official court partner of the NBL. You know the quality.
Welcome back to the Niels Hansen Basketball Stadium.
With Dream Court.
It is the Giants and the Redbacks. NBL1 West live and free on NBL1.com.au or the NBL1 app. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are. It is currently the visitors 57 in front of the Goldfields Giants 50, so a 7-point lead. Got some stats from half-time, Hoffy.
I have, Stewie, thanks for that. I was able to meander down and see the world's greatest statistician according to his coffee cup in Brad French. Some glaring, Bryton Hobbs, he's 26 points, 10 of 12 from the field, 8 of 9 from the 2-point line, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. 2 steals, but only 1 turnover for a guy who has the ball in his hands a lot. That's some great numbers. That's a great stat line. As a team, the Redbacks are 63% from the field, shooting up 17 of 27 against the Giants, 50%, 7 of 14. That's nearly half of their shots have come from the 3-point line, Giants, and that's just a subject of the ball sitting in hands and not being moved around a lot. Giants 12 turnovers, the Redbacks have 4. 3-point line, again, 8 of 13 for the Giants, 6 of 14 from the Redbacks. So, there's some good numbers, but again, not sustainable numbers. So, it'd be interesting to see how the Giants come out after half-time, whether they have an intent on stopping Hobbs trying to score or just trying to allow others to come into the game. So, the scoring, other than Hobbs, everyone that's come in from the Redbacks has done a job. We had young Edmund come in and hit 2 3-pointers from the corner. Know your role. Know what you need to do. And when you're open, when it's your time to shoot the ball, you shoot the ball. And they shoot the ball with confidence, that knowing that if you're open, they'll find you the ball. So that's been good for them. Again, the Giants, yes, they have 9 assists, but I still think ball has been very stagnant offensively. It's something they can work on in this second half, kicking the ball up the floor, swinging the ball inside to outside, push the ball as much as they can to push the ball and try and make these guys, the Redbacks play 94 feet. Make them defend. At the moment, they're allowing the Redbacks to dictate the pace of the game and also dictate what they want to do. And to get back into the game, they need to try and force them out of their comfort zone and do something different. You got the likes of, we talked about Brian Vogel, his experience and all that stuff. With the ball in his hand, he makes smart decisions, he makes wise decisions. Yes, he's got 3 fouls, and probably 2 of those 3 fouls he didn't deserve. 3 of them if you asked him, but again, he runs a very good offense, distributes the ball, makes wise decisions, and allows their players to do what they need to do and play to their strengths instead of trying to force it. Whereas the other end of the floor, the Giants seem to be forcing a lot of shots, going a lot of one-on-one. There's not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of ball movement, not a lot of rotation, not a lot of player rotation as well. So, I think, in all honesty, if you ask Coach Manton the way the game's going, I don't think the 7-point margin's fair. I think the Giants would be relatively happy that they're only 7 points down, because halfway through that quarter it could have got a lot worse for them.
Definitely had the potential to be a blowout in that quarter there. Instructions surely in this second half of the Giants, we stop Hobbs and probably win this game.
They do, yeah. But what they've got to understand is they need to, whilst stopping Hobbs is probably their priority, they can't let other guys off the leash.
Yeah.
You know, like Timms has been solid.
Can't be the sole focus.
Yeah, Timms has been solid, but he's just as liable to get on a tear. Jackson's 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 5 from two-point land, 1 of 2 from 3-point land. All these guys, if you don't pay due respect to, they'll get off the leash, and all of a sudden you're 15 points down, chasing your tail.
Well, they've got contributors right across the board. Timms has scored, Jackson, Colton, Volkel, Jackson, Edmund, and Formosa all contributed. So, as I said, there's multiple avenues to the basket. But when someone's got 26 points to half time, you've got to put a stop on him.
Yeah, for sure. But like you said, 100% what you just said, Stu. Every one of their players who's hit the floor has contributed, both on the scoreboard, defensively, or in other ways. And it looks easy for them. Offense looks easy for them at the moment. Unless the Giants find a way to slow that offense down and give them different looks, or find ways to ensure that it doesn't look so easy, then they're going to struggle for the second half. But if they tie that up, tie those loose ends up, attack the ball, attack the middle, push the ball up the floor in transition, kick the ball inside, outside, swing the ball, then they're going to be right in this game.
So it's the Redbacks to get us underway here in the second half. And it's Volkel, finds Timms. Jackson trying to get himself free. Hands off to Hobbs, who's double teamed straight out of that play, puts a shot up, and he is human after all. Misses that first attempt there. Good pressure from the Giants. Valentine drives on Jackson. Passes out to Manilock. Dupree off the screen, puts 2 points up, and that's a good start. Get a stop at one end and score at the other. And it's back to a 5-point ball game here. And another loose shot. Great defensive tussle there, and good work from Manilock. Plays that one off Timms, and the Giants get another stop. A little bit of a momentum shift. Crowd starting to get a little bit animated behind the Giants here.
And immediately straight out of the half, an on-ball screen with Hobbs, they read. So they double-teamed Hobbs, getting to retreat, trying to get the ball out of his hands. So that's instantly a change-up that we've seen this quarter.
So Alfonso Smith called for the travel. And off the back of 2 good defensive plays, unfortunately a not so good offensive play. So Jackson hands off to Hobbs, gets himself free, drives on Ballantyne, and good stop from Damon Ballantyne. He's putting his body on the line there, goes over the top to Aguic to Dupree, keeps the ball in. Back to Ballantyne, who started the play at the other end. Can't get that one to drop, and Timms just sees that one out of bounds.
Whilst they didn't score out of that, I like the intent, kicking the ball up. Like Damon Ballantyne there attacks the basket, you got the skip pass, then you got the ball reversal. So, again, a different mindset, just being aggressive out of this.
So Jackson off to Volkel, to Timms.
I think they've hit Timms with an illegal screen.
Illegal screen, yep.
It wasn't Timms, it was Hobbs.
Another stop.
Again, they've come out after half-time with some intent defensively, with some energy and with some atmosphere. Hopefully now they can, from their point of view, transition that onto the scoreboard.
So that's 2 personal fouls on Hobbs now. Aguic goes to Manilock. Alfonso Smith under the basket. Does some heavy work over 3 opponents and gets the 2 points to count. Back to a 1-basket game.
Redbacks are in a zone there and a little bit of high-low action. It's how you beat a zone.
And Volkel finds Timms open under the basket, slams that one down for 2 more points. Takes his personal tally to 6. And the lead's back out to 5. A quick now. LaFonso Smith with a loose dribble. Gets it back. Dupree on Jackson. Goes one way, goes the other. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Goes upstairs. Can't get that one to go. Pulls down the rebound. Puts up the 3. Can't get it to drop. LaFonso Smith this time doing the offensive work. Draws the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Good attack on the offensive boards there from the Giants.
Again, intensity and intent come out after the half. I think they might have had a few words at half time, and a few of them we probably couldn't repeat on air, but they've come out with intent. They're crashing the boards, we're being aggressive, they're attacking the basket, keeping the ball alive, and just trying to stay active offensively.
So first one's good from LaFonso Smith. And the second one, and closes it back to a 3-point game once again. Redbacks 59, Giants 56, 7:22 left here, quarter 3. NBL1 West, thanks to Coles Express, live and free on the NBL1 app or NBL1.com.au. Thanks for tuning in. If you're listening, as Tim goes upstairs, but Mayo says not this time, but you can have it that time.
Yeah, not this time, but the next one you can.
So Ballantyne to Nguik. Back to Ballantyne. Slows the play down. Dupree. Screen set. Finds Nguik in the corner. LaFonso Smith working the ball well here. The Giants. Ballantyne puts up a 3 right in front of the Redbacks coach. Scores closer now. 59-61. As Jackson goes the other end. Giants get another stop. LaFonso Smith. Hobbs tries to steal. Ballantyne thought about the 3-point shot again. Dupree's in a bit of space here. Gets around Jackson, who's going to be called for the blocking foul.
You can clearly see a different mindset come out of half-time. The ball's being swung from one side to the other. The ball's doing the work, shifting defence, going from strong side to weak side, and allowing then, once the ball's swung, you've got space you can work with. So there's clearly some intent out of this to get the ball moving for them on offense than they have in the first half.
So 8 seconds on the shot clock. LaFonso Smith upstairs and rattles the backboard. Scores are locked away this time. 61 apiece as Jackson comes back out to Volkel. Gets in the hands of Hobbs, who draws the foul.
But again, a change in intensity on defence. You're not allowing Hobbs to catch the ball where he wants to. Making it hard for him. Yes, you give away a foul there, but all of a sudden the guys aren't getting the ball where they want it and making it a bit more difficult.
So Colton goes into a brick wall. LaFonso Smith was open. Unfortunately for the Giants, Jackson had quicker hands. Backing in on Dupree. Driving, floats that one up and gets 2 points. 7 points now, Jackson. Kevin Jackson, captain. 2-point lead reinstated for the Redbacks. As Nguik steps outside, then drives. Goes one way, goes the other. Good D from Timms, not giving him the space to shoot there. Bounce past to Hobbs. Good hands from Dupree, who's called for the foul. And that's foul number 1 for Dupree as Jerome Reed checks in. Colton comes to the bench for the Redbacks. Formosa back on the court. Jackson bounce pass to Vogel, who drives on Ballantyne, puts his body on the line, called for the foul, and Redbacks will go to the line for the 3-point play.
That's just a smart, like using your size, using your strength, using your experience, you know what I mean? Like just using your body to protect the ball. you got that mismatch in the low. Well, not so much a mismatch, but you got the matchup he wants in that low post. So that's a play of a veteran.
And Volkel converts the extra point. 5-point lead now to the Redbacks. Ballantyne finds Mayo. Hands off to Dupree, to Ballantyne, whose foot was out of court. And another stop. So ringing the changes again. Malik coming to the bench. Majir Garang back on for the Giants.
That'd be frustrating. It's so frustrating for the coach and the players. Yeah, the sidelines never change. They're always in the same spot. So, yeah, a bit of spatial awareness. But the good thing about that is Ballantyne was looking to attack the basket, looking to attack the middle and looking to take the players on. And that's something that was missing from the first half, but it's been good to see from a Giants point of view.
So Redbacks working the ball well. Volkel pulls down the rebound and draws the foul. Foul will be on Garang. Straight off the bench. First personal foul. And Giants defence just switched off there. Not sure what was going through Madge's head, but he was in conversation with the coach instead of being in on defence, and easy 2 points to the Redbacks.
That'd be an easy conversation to have next, because if that was, as a coach, if that was me, he'd be sitting right down next to me.
And he might be sitting down shortly because he's called for his second personal foul. Just a loose forearm there in pushing off his opponent. And he does take a seat. Gardner into the game for the Giants. So it's back out to 7 points. It's Formosa to Jackson. Jackson to Timms. Thought about the three. Back to Formosa. Good hands from Ballantyne. Unfortunately, it falls to Jackson, who puts the shot up unsuccessful, and Dupree this time pulls down the rebound. Goes to Ballantyne. Ballantyne to Gardner. Back to Ballantyne. Over the top to LaFonso Smith. Back to Gardner. Goes upstairs. No. Puts it out to Jerome Reed, who thinks about the shot. This time just overworking the ball there, the Giants this time. No one wanted to take responsibility for the shot as it falls to Timms. To Volkel. Kicks that one out. Formosa puts up the three. Unsuccessful. Ballantyne eventually pulls the rebound down. Ballantyne this time drives on two opponents, and it's off the Giants. And we've got a timeout to Coach Scott Manton. Try and regather his troops. A couple of scrappy plays there for the Giants, just again giving the Redbacks a bit more momentum, back out to a 7-point lead.
Yeah, it's tough. You work hard to get, I think it was 61 apiece. And then a couple of bad offenses, a couple of bad defensive sets, and then all of a sudden, you find yourself 7 points down in a matter of 2 minutes. You know what I mean? So, a good time out by Coach Matt, and then reset. See what worked for you early in this second half. There's been a great momentum shift early, but then all of a sudden the momentum again. The Redbacks were able to arrest that momentum back and allow them through a couple of good offensive sets, but mostly at the other end of the floor on defensive end to disrupt the Giants' momentum and offense. And 7-point margin, and the Giants have got to be careful here. 3:33 to go in the quarter. Let's get a good stop. A couple of good stops here, and they're back in the game. If they don't, and the Redbacks are playing the way they are, then all of a sudden it could be a 13, 14-point game, three-quarter time, and it's a big hill to climb after that.
So 11 points apiece so far in this third quarter. 7-point lead to the Redbacks. Off the back of 26 points to Bryton Hobbs so far tonight. No score in the third quarter yet, and he's on the bench at the moment, so it won't be any score soon. Jackson getting the ball in his hand. Colton this time off the bench, puts up a three. Can't get that one to go, and Jerome Reed's going to be called for a pushing foul here on the rebound. Just nudging his opponent out of the way. That'll be the first personal foul on the Giants skipper. 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist so far this evening.
I think over the limit with fouls now, so you'll see Tim's head to the foul line.
Tim's the line to shoot 2. Redbacks tonight, 6 of 9 at 67% from the free throw line. Giants, very handy, 88%, 14 out of 16 attempts for them. As first one is unsuccessful. So 3 minutes, 12 seconds left here in the third quarter. As Sam Morrow appears on the court for the first time. Just a brief rest for Hobbs, who is on the bench waiting to sub in. And that sub is coming in now.
With the games Hobbs had in the first half, it wouldn't have actually surprised me if he did score while he was on the bench, because he could not miss in that first half. And again, you know, they're an 8-point game, and he's had little to no influence in this quarter. It just goes to show the depth and quality of the Redbacks at the moment. They've got someone else that needs to step up, then they step up and fill a void.
So Gardner being guarded by Hobbs, finds Jerome Reed.
Again, stagnant offense. The ball sits there. They're not running after them. They're running like a motion offense, but the ball sits for too long.
So LaFonso Smith attacks the basket. Goes one way, goes the other, lays that one in off the glass for 2 points. And then Jerome Reed comes up with a stop over the top. Morrow was in a bit of space there. Slows it down. Hands off to Dupree, and the Giants have just reset here with 15 on the shot clock. Nearly a loose pass. LaFonso Smith again. Puts that one up and doesn't get the lucky roll there. So Hobbs, double teamed by Dupree and Smith, gets around Dupree, but Dupree will be called for the hands from a blocking foul.
Again, you force him one way off the on-ball screen, and he's got the skill and the ability to get away from where you want to set that trap to. And you know, whilst his influences haven't been as big in this quarter, he's still been a focal point, allowed the other guys around him to step up and step to the plate when needed.
So team fouls again, sending Redbacks to the line. That's third personal foul on Dupree. And Hobbs' first score since half-time, up to 27 points now. Make that 28. The 2:15 left here. Lead is out to 8 points now. And Quick to Malik. Hands off to Sam Morrow. Bounce pass on the baseline to Gardner. Gardner with a loose dribble. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and good 2-point basket there to Mayo Malik. Back to 6 points, 150 now left on the clock. Formosa drives on Gardner. Good pressure there as Sam Morrow comes up with the ball. Gardner now to Jerome Reed, who just slows things down. Back to Sam Morrow at the top. Malik drives on Formosa, has Gardner in the corner for 3, puts this one up. Can't get it to drop, but Mayo's attack on the glass, outstanding. As Gardner picks that one up, and Big D from the Redbacks there. Colton picking up the block. And Formosa just slows it back down to Hobbs at the top with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Stops, pulls up, shoots, and misses.
He was hitting them in the first half. He hasn't hit them in the second half. But yeah, there you shots. Yeah, under pressure, step back 3-point shots. You can live with him. If he hits them, you tip your hat and say, well played. But that's the kind of shot you want to force him into.
So 9 on the shot clock. Jerome Reed, ball in hand. And Quick drives, pull-up jump shot for 2. And Sam Morrow nearly with quick hands. Formosa, the no-look pass to Hobbs in the backcourt. 35 on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. And 6 in favour of the visitors at the moment. Jackson to Hobbs. Gets around Gardner, gets around Quick, floats that one up, lays them in for 2 points. Just the quality of the guy tonight has been outstanding.
Off balance, shooting across his body, going left, shooting right.
So up to 30 points for the night now, 26 to half time. 4 points in the last minute and a half here as Morrow drives on Formosa. Tries to find Angwick under the basket. Formosa comes up with a steal. Puts up the shot right on three-quarter time. Can't get that one to drop, and it is the Perth Redbacks 73-65 at three-quarter time. Giants with a bit of work to do in this last quarter. Hobbs 30 points to three-quarter time. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 steals to go along with that. Shooting at 73% from the field.
Yeah, it's the intent and the change in mindset at that half was better for the Giants, but we still lack that polish in certain stages of the game where momentum is going against you. You need to find ways. You need to run an offensive set that you're comfortable with. Run something where you can attack the basket and get people going to the basket, get movement happening. It just seems that when things aren't travelling too well for the Giants, it's very stagnant. That seems to be a lot of one-on-one. But all credit to the Redbacks who, they were challenged halfway through that quarter and were able to find a way to stem that momentum, but also fight fire with fire and attack. Like you said, Hobbs only scored in the last minute and a half there for that quarter. But it was the Jacksons, the Tims, like you've got Hobbs that's had 30 points and no one else has been in double figures. But 6 or 7 of the players have scored between 5 and 8 or 5 and 9 points because that's what's needed. That's all they need. That's my role. I'm there to shoot if I'm open. I'm there to attack the basket if I need to. So everyone knows their role and feeds off Hobbs. Hobbs is of that quality where he can attack the basket at will, but they're sending double teams to him and they're forcing him high on a screen. He's got the ability to find the open guy and they're knocking those shots down. So, no matter how much focus is on one player, at the end of the day, it's still 5-on-5. You still need those guys to rely on. And the Redbacks are playing very, very good team basketball at the moment.
Fantastic insight into the game from Giants assistant coach Ian Ryan Hoffers. Mayo Marlett goes to the basket, gets 2 points. Assist credited to Damon Ballantyne there. Good start for this fourth quarter. Handy lead to the visitors at the moment. Can the Giants claw it back here at home? Much needed win, and LaFonso Smith almost comes up with a steal. And good defence of Jerome Reed just getting out the way. LaFonso Smith will go upstairs here and slam it down. Second dunk for the night. Redbacks players calling for a tech foul, and it's been called.
I think it's a warning. I don't think he hit him with a tee.
Okay.
If you had to hit him with a tee, I don't think he was going to get out of this place safely. Look, I understand that momentum was carrying him through. He didn't even do the backboard slap. The backboard slap's a bit silly.
Yep.
That invites the umpire to give you that. If you hang on it to set your feet again so you
Reset
can land
yourself,
safely,
yep.
That's fine. Slapping the boards, it just gives the umpire the opportunity to throw a tee at you.
So Alfonso Smith getting the crowd involved once again, and with 4 seconds off the shot clock, Jerome Reed called for the personal foul on Hobbs there.
Again, they've changed the way they guard that on-ball screen. They're doubling out of that. Whoever they send to set that on-ball screen, they're doubling that, trying to get the ball out of his hands. But Hobbs is of the quality at the moment where you could probably send a triple team to him and he'll still find a way of getting through it.
So the matchup is Reed on Hobbs at the moment. Big job for the Giant skipper.
It's a lonely island he's on at the moment right now.
So Colton to inbound to Volkel, guarded by Manilock. And a loose ball and another turnover. Another stop for the Giants. Ballantyne to Manilock. And another 2 points. So momentum swinging towards the Giants here. It's a 2-point ball game now.
And it's starting at the defensive end, Stuart. Getting stops, getting rebounds, pushing the ball in transition, not allowing the defence to set at the other end.
So Reed on Hobbs. Timms with the ball. Goes back to Hobbs. Double team. There it is again. The switch with LaFonso Smith as Jerome Reed gets the block on Hobbs. And could this be the play that swings momentum right in the Giants' way at the moment? 2-point ball game. Mayo's got the hot hand, finds Jerome Reid, who's left open. You cannot leave Jerome Reid open there. Nails it for 3 points, and the Giants are in front by 1.
That's a big momentum shift. You know, a block shot at one end, one-on-one, Jerome blocks a shot, open three-pointer at the other end. The scouting report always says make him put the ball on the floor and go to the basket. That's quality.
So 2 minutes in, and the Giants have turned this one as Timms puts up a instant reply. Ballantyne with the rebound, and the Giants with momentum here. Just slows it down. Back to Jerome Reid. And Gwick bounce pass to Alfonso Smith on the low post. Turnaround jump shot. Another 2 points, Giants. They're out by 3 now. Momentum has swung. This home crowd starting to get behind the Giants now, but this man with the ball right now is the danger. 30 points and 26 to half-time, Bryton Hobbs. Timms just sees an opening, drives on Ballantyne, and Ballantyne comes up with a big play.
Again, pressure on the on-ball screen, make them out of the basket, step across, help defence. This whole momentum shift has started from the defensive end of the floor. They've been able to play good defence, solid, keep boys in front of them, attack the boards, grab rebounds, kick the ball up the floor, push the ball up the floor in transition, and playing smart percentage basketball and offense. So, yeah.
So, a third personal foul called there on Timms in that play. So he's on the pine at the moment. And Jackson back in, Tevin Jackson. And good hands there from Hobbs, comes up with a steal and the foul on Ballantyne.
Yes, it's smart by Hobbs there. You waited till Damon put the ball on the floor. Once it leaves your hand, you're in the lap of the gods, they say. Able to stick his hand in, and whilst the ball got loose, Damon had no option but to try and grab him to stop that fast break.
So second personal foul on Damon Ballantyne as Hobbs being guarded by Jerome Reid again. Jackson with 7 on the shot clock, drives on Alfonso Smith, draws the foul, gets the 2 points to drop as well. And this game just keeps swinging back and forward with 7 minutes, 4 seconds left on the clock. There's a lot of basketball left here.
They threw a different look at him, the Redbacks, then. They sent Hobbs to set the on-ball screen instead of Hobbs being the one with the ball when they come and screen. Caught up in defence, they didn't know whether to switch or not to switch. Jackson was able to turn the corner, attack the basket, get the M1.
So Tevin Jackson just off the bench into that play. Draws the foul. Free throw up and successful. Scores locked away, 76 apiece here, 7 minutes to go. Fourth quarter, NBL1 West live. Thank you to Coles Express. And Volkel calling for the flop there. And Alfonso Smith has it now on the outside, steps inside. And good hands there from Volkel. And Smith is called for, this is going to be his 4th personal foul now, Alfonso Smith.
That's a
big foul in the context of this game.
That's a coach killer. Like, you turn the ball over, you know, you reach in, you know, you're 90 feet away from the basket, you reach in, you pick up you potentially you put yourself in foul trouble. You've got some momentum. It just stifles that momentum just that little bit. So, yeah, that sometimes it's better just to, sometimes it's just better to give the ball up, give that foul up and get back and play defense. You know, 4 fouls now. Yeah, you got to run the gauntlet. Do you sit him on the pine, or do you just run with it and let him play the game out? Still 6.5 minutes to go. Still a long way to go in this basketball game.
If he fouls out, Madge has got a big job to do the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes here. As Hobbs finds Volkel out to Formosa. Way out for 3. Misses that one.
See, I question Madge's ability to come back into this game. I saw him limping from the...
Jerome Reid unsuccessful. Alfonso Smith, a massive offensive board there. Just gives the Giants ball back again. Manny Long into Ballantyne. Great transition into the keyway. Lays up and in for 2 points. And then Mayo almost coming up with a steal.
That's great offense. You put the ball on the low post. There's nothing on. Then you attack the middle. You attack the middle. You get your cutters. Moving to the basket. You know, that movement then creates confusion with the defense. If you're standing around waiting for something to happen, that's where trouble lies. You attack the basket, work without the ball.
So Dupree back into the game for the Giants. Formosa dribbles into the keyway there and just lays that winning for 2 points. Easy 2 points there. Alfonso Smith looking for the pass. Jerome Reed presenting. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Formosa on Reed. Reed draws the foul. Score will not count. Foul was about 3 minutes before the layup there.
Umpire Peter Horton very animated in his decision there.
The score's locked away 78 apiece. It's been a fantastic game of basketball so far here tonight. 5:34 left on the clock. It's Ballantyne guarded by Hobbs. Jackson this time called for the foul.
I'm just perusing down the bench of the Perth Redbacks, and needless to say, Stu, I don't think they're overly impressed with the way the last few calls have gone.
It was a game at the fair. The Clownheads used to turn around with ping pong balls. Yeah, that's what the bench looked like there. Absolutely gobsmacked.
Yeah, you've won a water pistol.
So Alfonso Smith, Jerome Reed gets around Formosa, goes upstairs. Alfonso Smith. That's wow. Big call there. Redbacks come up with the ball. Looks pretty clean from here.
This is important couple of minutes here. It's
Jackson.
It's getting a bit ragged. It's getting a bit it's getting intense. So it's just the guys that can keep their head the best. The guys that can shift momentum. The guys that can stay calm under pressure are the ones we should be looking for here.
It's been very, very back and forth. The tension is building. Hoffy, you're absolutely right. As Volkel finds Jackson, drives on the basket, floats that one up. Successful. I didn't even see how that one went up, to be honest.
Just off note here, do we get paid for overtime extra? If not, we're cheering for a result. No, it's a game worthy of overtime. But again, it's who can hold their nerve down the stretch. You know, the Giants have worked really hard, got the crowd back into it now. Now's the time to consolidate, run some good offensive sets, play some good defense, and the Redbacks is just going to keep coming.
Almost a double dribble called there on Ballantyne. It looked pretty close. As Formosa guarding Jerome Reed, bounce pass to Mayo, drives, loose dribble. Jackson is away with Formosa, bounce pass. 2 points in off the glass. And Redbacks back out by 4, just taking charge of this game again.
If the Giants don't score here and the Redbacks do, I'd be looking to call a timeout just to arrest them.
And there's Hobbs again with those quick hands. Volkel, Alfonso Smith trailing him as Volkel in off the glass, and Coach Manton does call a timeout. I hate to say it, but you're 100% right there, Hoffy.
Yeah, that didn't sound nice coming out of your mouth, Stewie. But no, it's such a hard one. You work so hard to get back into the game, and just it's almost like your momentum's there. You're up and about. You work so hard to get back into it, and then all of a sudden, one or two bad offensive sets, one or two breakdowns in communication defensively, and all of a sudden, all the hard work's not so much undone, but that's just that. You nearly climbed to the top of the mountain, and it's like someone's pushed you back down a couple of rungs. So, look, that's a good time out by Coach Manton then, and trying to marshal his troops around. That 2 or 3 minutes at the start of the game, at the start of this quarter, should be fresh in their minds and say, guys, just give me 4 more minutes of that, 4 more minutes of that. Give me as intense. Kick the ball up the floor, work without the ball, and work hard for each other. Make the ball do the work, and let's see, more importantly, let's see if we can get stops at the defensive end.
So the Giants' biggest lead of the night has been 3 points. Redbacks have been out by as far as 14. Giants have been in front for 3 minutes 53 total in this game. Redbacks have been in front for 29 minutes 35 seconds. So if the Giants can pull this off, it'll be an amazing win. And if the Redbacks hold on, once again, it's been an amazing win for them.
You can never underestimate coming up to Kalgoorlie for a Perth team. It's one of the tougher road trips. So, they've come up with a clear plan, and it's been working all night.
So Jerome Reid putting up a big three. The defensive pressure there from the Redbacks was outstanding, double teaming at every opportunity there. So it's just Hobbs that slows it down, just under 4 minutes now. 6-point lead as Hobbs gets around Ballantyne, drives on Reid and comes away with the 2 points. Is there any way you can stop him?
There is literally no better way of playing defence, and that's where you just go, you know what? Well played, sir. I tip my hat to you.
So Reid up high, bounce pass to Ballantyne, back to Reid. Reid is on the KBBA logo, almost puts it up. And another stop, nearly another stop from the Redbacks. Dupree is open this time, pulls up a three. Big basket from Dupree right in front of the score bench here. Gets the Giants back to within 5. 2:54 to go. 86-81. Hobbs thinks about the three, guarded by Jerome Reid, calling for Formosa. Coming out past Vocal. Bounce pass into Jackson. Jackson turn around jump shot. Can't get that to drop. Another good stop from the Giants here as Dupree is away, and good hands from Jackson, almost coming up with the steal and the turnover, but that'll be a Giants ball.
Good defensive set by the Giants there, but again, patience offensive from the Redbacks. Whilst they didn't get the shot they wanted, he ran 20-odd seconds off the shot clock. So, you know, this is a key moment of the game. If we can get the Giants' point of view, if they can get a good offensive set out of this and then a stop, but the Redbacks will be looking to get the stop and pushing the ball down the floor.
So Ballantyne over the top to Malik. Alfonso Smith thinks about the three. Driving on Formosa, goes up, puts the shot up, can't get it to drop, and Dupree will be called for the foul. I think when Volkel retires, he's going to become an official. He's done a lot of officiating tonight.
I hope if he does, I hope then he has to umpire someone like him. That he'll appreciate it. Brian's a great competitor. He's the kind of guy that opposition teams don't like playing against, but teams that play with him love him. He's that kind of guy, and he gives you his all every day, all day. So yeah, he's been around the league a little while now, and he's the kind of guy that that you could almost build your team around culture-wise, but also.
He's contributed across the board tonight. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals.
He's never going to light up a stats line. He's never going to have a 15 or 20-point game, but he's going to contribute, and you know that you're just going to get 100% effort for 100% of the time he's on the floor.
So first of 2 successful for Colton. Team foul situation sending the Redbacks to the line. Still got 2 fouls to give themselves. And that leads back out to 7, 2:22 left here in the Goldfields. Ballantyne now picks it up. Dupree frees himself. Guarded by Colton. Jackson. Mayo puts that shot up a little bit flat. Yeah, Formosa pulls the rebound down. The ball's back in the hand of Hobbs.
The Giants are looking a little bit out of gas at the moment. They've fought hard this second half to get it back into the game. And you know, with that momentum shifting back to the Redbacks, the Giants are starting to look a little bit tired.
That is an absolutely incredible play from Bryton Hobbs. Absolutely incredible play. Takes himself up to 34 points, and he's got the opportunity to convert a 3-point play. Score will count, 1 shot to come.
Just go away.
Wow. That is unbelievable.
That's quality at nth degree.
Is Turner speed to be able to get around 2-3 players there, but to still have the composure to get your shot off. Yeah, absolutely outstanding game.
To get your shot off under pressure and a finish under pressure with a foul is just, yeah, it's just phenomenal.
One of the best individual performances I can recall seeing. So 1:35 left on the clock. It's out to double figures as Dupree gets it back to 8 points now. Big minute and a half coming up for the Giants. Formosa double teamed. Alfonso Smith almost comes up with it. Volkel slows it down. Don't be surprised if they look for Hobbs here, which they do, but the foul is called in the meantime. 3rd personal foul on Mayo Malik.
Again, that's smart. The guy's going to reach over. He stands up lifts the ball up, gets hit on the arm, off to the foul line, put points on the board.
So Volkel to the line to shoot 2. It's back to 8 points temporarily. Back out to 9 now. 1:20 left on the clock. Giants in the team foul scenario. Redbacks still 2 fouls to give. And at the moment, looking very good for their 10-point lead here in the Goldfields tonight. As Ballantyne now
got to go quick.
Guarded by Hobbs. Double teamed. Dupree now over the top of Hobbs. Just low percentage shot there from Dupree. Giants will foul here, you would expect.
You've got to catch him first.
And with just under a minute to go now, Redbacks are winding down the clock. Don't be surprised in the next 20 seconds Hobbs gets to 40 points. He's on 35 at the moment. Under the basket for Moser. Great vision from Volkel. Picks himself up another assist and 45 seconds to go. It's back out to 12 as Dupree puts up a 3. Can't get that to drop. Volkel pulls down the rebound. 37 on the game clock, 20 left on the shot clock. Hobbs will run this one down for the Redbacks, and they've been very, very well-deserved winners on the road here tonight in the Goldfields.
Yeah, off the back of Hobbs' performance, but behind that, each one of their players have been able to do exactly what was asked of them. You know, they've when they're needed, they've contributed across the board. So, whilst at the end of the day, you'll see a 35-point game from Hobbs. I'm sure the coaching staff of the Redbacks will be really impressed with the numbers of the guys behind him.
Ballantyne puts up a 3-point shot, unsuccessful, and Formosa just stops. The call for the bench is no score. This game is finished a minute or so ago. As the cheers from behind us with the Redbacks travelling crew salute their team who are 12-point victors here in the men's game tonight. Absolutely outstanding performance, as we said, on the back of Bryton Hobbs, 35 points. As you said, Hoffy, a number of contributors down the line as well. If you look at the scorers for the Redbacks, Hobbs with 35, Jackson with 14, Colton with 5, Volkel with 7, Jackson with 2, Edmund with 8, and Formosa, a big second half from him, 15 points for the Giants. Leading the way was Lafonso Smith with 18, Dupree with 16, and Gwick with 10, Mayo with 10, Ballantyne had 5, Jerome Reid caught fire early on, 8 points, Hamish Cummings with 5, and Majir Garang, before getting into a little bit of foul trouble, had 11 points. So not quite enough to get it over the line for the Giants, but let's take nothing away from this Perth Redback side who really came to play tonight.
Yeah, 100%. They had a plan in place. Whilst, like I said, it's centred around Hobbs. But, yeah, every time they got challenged, they resisted that challenge and just had their composure, kept their composure, and were able to stem the tide and then push back. When you're chasing for most of the night, it's hard. You know, and Giants would be disappointed with what happened early. They got a little bit lucky with some shooting early to keep them in the game. I think it was 7 points at halftime. It could have easily been a 14 or 15-point game. But I think that didn't really show the true indication of how that first half went. And from then you're just chasing your tail and you're working to then get back into the game, but also once you're back into the game, to keep that momentum going, and that's hard for an extended period of a quarter. That's really hard. So, look, there's plenty for the Giants to work on. There's plenty for them to go back and have a look at. But all credit to Perth. When it counted, when they were needed the most, they worked hard. They worked together. They played great defense when it was needed. Offensively, they found shooters, and when it was time to knock it down, they knocked the shot down. So, look, all credit to the Redbacks. You know, again, it cements their spot in potential playoff spots. So, you know, that they can get on the bus back home tomorrow and be pretty happy with the way the tonight went.
So, Giants' next home game is against the Wolves next week. It is the Redbacks that come away 95-83 winners here in the men's game. The Giants girls getting the job done earlier on this evening, and what will be a morale-boosting win for the girls. Hoffy, plenty to build on for them. Obviously, a couple of injuries presents a couple of opportunities now. A bit of soul searching for the men's team to do. Their record now drops to 1-6, and the frustrating thing for Coach Scotty Manton is that they've been in. All bar one or two games which have been blowouts, have been in just about every single game with the opportunity to win. Yeah, including tonight. They weren't far off tonight, but like I said, the quality of the Perth Redbacks just sort of came through a little bit better than what the Giants had tonight.
And the thing is, if you're not in games at all, that's a whole
serious problems. Yeah,
but the guys again, they were in it for most. Not in it for, they were hanging around for most of the game, and most of the games this year they've had opportunities, just lapses here or there where, you need to arrest momentum. You need to find ways of changing things up and finding out what works and continue down that path. So, look, it's not all dead and buried now. I mean, they couple of good weeks, couple of good road trips, and all of a sudden they're back in playoff contention. So, look, they've got all the tools on the court. They just need to fire. It's almost like a little cogs a bit of half out of place, and if they can just fine-tune that and get all the cogs working together, then you showed tonight there's stretches of the game tonight where they looked like a top 4 team, but they've got to do that sustained for 40 minutes for 4 quarters, week in, week out, and at the moment they're just not quite there.
They've definitely done enough in games to show what they've got. Unfortunately tonight they didn't quite have enough. It was the Perth Redbacks 95 to the Goldfields Giants 83. Ryan Hoff, thanks very much for joining me in commentary and passing your wisdom on the audience out there.
It's always a pleasure, Stu, and thanks once again for your quality commentary, and I look forward to the next time I get the honour to sit next to you.
Anytime, mate. Thanks for joining us tonight on NBL1.com.au or the NBL1 app. We'll be back next week with the Giants taking on the Wolves in the Goldfields, Niels Hansen Basketball Stadium.